Hey YouTube, coming at you with my last Fantasy Cup team. I'm at 2850, and it is basically because of Bastiodon. It was a very smart add to my team. I was evolving with the meta, so Azumarill it seems like a must in this meta. Um, Escav, after watching a couple people use Escav, I think it's quite strong because even as a steal, even against Flygon, it does decently because it's half bug, so it neutralizes that. So I think that combo is very good. And then it's like, okay, where's your sort of like combo breakers here? It's like, okay, well, some are using like wheezing with sludge and overheat. Um, you do have, I mean, you can deal with Turtonator with the Azumarill, but Escav double weak to fire is going to get lit up. Um, some Skarmories can be potentially issues, but not too bad. So I'm like, Bastiodon kind of fits the bill with a lot of these things. So I put it in, and it's basically how you use this team is Escav on the lead, obviously with Bastiodon and Azumarill being so tanky and being very bulky and like kind of cover each other's weaknesses to a certain extent. Uh, Definitely, I try to fight for switch more often than not, and then align with Azumarill Bastiodon. If I get like an okayish lead or whatever, I come in Azumarill. I am running Ice Beam Player off. I do get hit with a couple Reggies safe swaps, like not safe swaps, but like when I come in Azumarill, I get punished by them, and not having Hydro really hurts. So you might want to run Hydro Play Rough, but Play Rough is a must because of all the mirror match with Azumarill. But this is also coming out Thursday afternoon, so who knows how much you are actually going to play this league after. So Azumarill Lead will likely use a shield. It is just a play rough. A lot of Azumarills on the lead do not run Hydro. They run play rough Ice Beam. So, but these bubbles are adding up. So even if it is a resisted, uh, even if it is a resisted Ice Beam or play rough coming through here, it would still hurt. I do get an Aerial Ace off. I think Aerial Ace is a better second move just because it's faster than Drill Run plus just decent coverage. They do have Hydro Pump, so it shows what you know. Anyways, come Azumarill. It is a Sand Slash, and this matchup is annoying without Hydro, but it's not terrible because these bubbles actually chip quite a lot. So Azumarill is just so tanky, just taking those Drill Runs. Get to a play rough, ultimately fake in a Hydro. They still let it go, but again, resisted or not, this is sort of the strength of the Azumarill, just its bulk. I take a neutral Shadow Claws, hard hitting Drill Runs, and I'm still gonna flip switch even just I only have resisted charge moves, right? So that's just like how strong this Pokemon is. So I grab a shield, which is fine. I will shield up a Drill Run because this thing's gonna hurt me the most here. Do get the farm down here, and they top left, so I'm guessing they have something in the back that can't beat this. Flygon, again, not an amazing matchup, but not a terrible matchup. Scorching Sands or Earth Power would hurt here. They do straight go Scorching Sand. I do get the attack fall, which is unfortunate. Usually I just go straight Aerial Ace, but with an attack fall, I'm probably going Drill Run just to ensure that I'm really getting good damage here. They end up shielding. And again, this is a team where like fighting for a switch is pretty worth it, especially when you get a scenario like this. Turtonator, which I now come in. You are neutral to fire because you're half steel. Rock resist. Neutral flash cannon, super effective on the rock, but neutral resisted on the steel. But like you're just so bulky. You're doing super effective with the smackdowns. Easily take this out. Flygon is obviously a tough punish for this. Get to the stone edge. This will grab a shield or take out, and then if they're just gonna like farm down, which is gonna be very difficult to do because these smackdowns, resisted or not, are still coming pretty close. I was just gonna absorb all the damage on Azumarill anyways. So likely just gonna come in and bubble, take a Scorching Sands here. And this is why if you're running with a Glacier Escav to bulk your Pokemon in the back is probably the way to go. And it is a Como, which is double weak to Fairy, Dragon, and Fighting. So this is an easy one shot. And I have a move coming out here. Again, not a great lead, not a bad lead. The Shadow probably actually makes this a little better for Escav because you can just take this in the 2 shield with ease, just straight counter. Everyone seems to bait because they know they're just going to get to the move first, and a Scorching Sands basically takes out, especially from a shadow. So a lot of people bait, but it's still worth the shield, I think. Just knowing that, yeah, I was about to say, I'd be surprised if if they like went through. I'd be surprised. I don't know. I don't know what I was trying to say. End up catching a Focus Blast here, which is huge. So absorbing that Focus Blast. And the thing with Ice Beam, yes, this matchup is brutal. You're going to see a couple... I wonder if the matchup is in here, because I had like a lot of battles here. But there was a matchup where I just went like multiple Play Roughs and Ice Beam, and I still took it down to like the yellow. So it wasn't terrible. Here is a Ferrothorn, Grass Steel, obviously a pretty good answer to Azumarill, but this is where Ice Beam is better, right? Play Rough, Hydro Pump is resisted. Ice Beam still gives me neutral chip here. Power Whip, not even enough to one-shot. I'm trying to get out, and then I'm like, okay, let's just chip this again, because this will determine where I come in here, if they let this go or not. Let it go, so I'm like, at this point, they do have a bunch of energy, so I'm probably just going to come straight Azumarill. That's not Azumarill, sorry. Straight Bastiodon, because I can just take any charge move that they have. So Scorching Sands takes me out here. That's fine. Smack down here. They have a shield advantage, so there's no point in throwing. They'll have the Power Whip, but again, Bastiodon just taking neutral from these and is way too tanky to even care about that. Just the bulk of Bastiodon is insane in this league. Mirror match. My 0, 12, 13 is always hindering me here. I mentioned this in another video, and I used to try and get like, not always just the rank 1, but like the top 10 rank if I could, 10, 20 rank. The more and more I play GBL, the more I'm looking for top like 100, but with slightly a higher attack stat, right? Just because I'm finding that when you get mirror matches, or if you want some like break points, having a slightly higher attack stat helps in not only the mirror match, but it helps in certain breakpoints of being able to like either get the move off first, or being able to just take them out with like one more fast move or charge move. So it's the 0, 12, 13, although nice and has the bulk, like I don't hate going for like a 1 or 2, 3 attack Escav. They do bait me here. End up shielding, taking this down. Was in the back. Wheezing. This game is over because there's nothing that the Wheezing can do. I mean, it'll have overheat, but there's still really nothing that it can do on Bastiodon, because Fairy Wind's resisted. Sludge is resisted. They need to throw an overheat, and it takes like overheat. The first one does like 35%, and then you can't reset, right? So they're in trouble there. Get the move off first here. I always shield. Okay, so that one was Scorching Sands. I was gonna say, I feel like every Flygon I went against, and I went against a lot in the lead here, I feel like 75% of them threw Dragon Claw the first time. And I think it just makes sense, just knowing how a Scorching Sands does. And if you have an Escav on the lead, you probably have a Azumarill in the back, which is where you're not going to spend shields. You're going to spend it on your Escav. So I think it's an easy bait there, quite honestly. But yeah, we really ran with this. You're going to see a 5-0. You're going to see the 3-2 that eventually got me to 28.52. That is where I am heading into today. I will do... I don't know how many sets I'm going to do, because normally what I have been doing is I've been doing 4 sets on Thursday, banking my 5th set so I can do 6 on Friday when league turns over, so I guarantee to have at least 1, maybe 2 teams coming out. However, if you watch my top teams video tomorrow morning in Great League, I mention that there is a Go Battle Week starting. So Friday, so it's 6 days: Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You get, instead of 25 battles, you get 50 battles. So if I bank 1 set from Thursday, that'd mean I have to do 55 battles between 4 p.m. and like 10 p.m. Plus, actually, I don't need to shoot a video because I actually do have a Great League video already banked from earlier in the season. So I don't need to worry about shooting the video. So I could theoretically just shoot a bunch, like do a bunch of battles, but I hate doing like, that would have to be 11 sets in like 3-4 hours straight. And I really hate doing that. So maybe I'll just do my 5 sets today. But I also don't want to hit legend. Again, not that I will run 150 ELO in 5 sets, but I've been doing really, really, really well with this team. So it's a possibility. This lead, I will counter all the way up, and then I'm going to catch on Azumarill. And the reason is I think Escav, so 1, you're resisting the steel wing with your steel. 2, having energy on Escav, like having almost 1 drill run for sure, almost 2, is huge. And just absorbing this damage here, right? They'll have a Azumarill. That's fine. We expected that. We'll chip with Play Rough. Skarmory's super low. Skarmory's super low. I will get a bunch off, unless they can throw here and take me out before, which is fine because they're pretty dry in energy, and I'm at almost 2 drill runs. So I'll take 2 drill runs, put this in the deep red. So here's one, another one, a counter, and another one will get me in at least the yellow, maybe the red. Probably right on the border of yellow and red here. So I may have to shield 1. Oh no, that's pretty deep red. So I could just counter down. Shield 1 if they get to a move. They don't even get to a move, which is great. The Skarmory comes in, and this game's over. Because I now have what is essentially a crazy wall to this. Not a wall, because Flash Cannon or Overheat are still neutral, but easy shield. Skarmory's going to come back in. I'm going to get a move off here, but it does not matter. The Smackdown's going to do damage on the Turtonator. They have no charge move to throw at me here, right? They're trying to just do Steel Wing damage, but that's not going to work. So yeah, it should be an easy win here with Bastiodon basically core breaking this combo Skarmory and Turtonator here. Because Skarmory's going to have problems with steals, and you think, don't worry, I got the fire for steals. It's like, not when you neutralize the fire with the ground, with a rock. So that is what makes this team very strong. I'm going to shield, because then I have a move here for the win, and I do not want to take a double super effective Incinerate on my Escav, because it probably would take out from that range. Okay, mirror match again. I always go up to drill run, throw the air lace, but with the 0 attack, I often lose the mirror match. They snuck through the extra counter, which is why I did not lose the mirror match, but I could probably lose this when we CMP on the second time. Because my guess is they will bait here with air lace. I may let this go. We'll see what I do. No, I shield. It is an air lace. We're going to CMP on air lace. I'm going to lose this. Yeah, not surprising. I don't think it's worth the shield. I think I could just come in and bubble and get ahead of that energy there. Right, for Bastiodon, there's really like, I mean, this is half bugs. You're still doing like neutral. Counter's obviously super effective. But it's basically Flygon and like Registeel are my 2 biggest issues in this. Like Azumarill's not even bad. Like Azumarill with Hydro Pump is tough. I remember this matchup. First of all, not great timing. Second of all, this Pokemon is actually quite tough for this team. The only thing with this is how glassy it is here, because you're seeing these bubbles and resisted bubbles and resisted play roughs take this down real low. So second resisted play rough coming through, but look at that deep red. And I know they're going to throw the drill peck, so I'm going to catch a drill peck on the Bastiodon. Super resisted. Nice catch there. That does nothing. Latios. I think it has Lesser Purge, which does chip quite a bit, but these smackdowns are coming way too quick for this thing to deal with. So grab the 1 shield. I am basically just in farm down range here. Luster Purge comes through, not effective. Get the farm down. Not quite. Actually, they get a move off, which is fine. But then I'll probably instant swap into Azumarill after this to not take this 1 extra move on from Empoleon there, and I will get to a move and take it out. So nice catch. That drill peck catch really helped me win that match there. Turtonator is an easy leave into Azumarill. I gotta imagine they probably have some sort of answer to Azumarill. And this is where Ice Beam is better, right? So Ice Beam is better against this. It's better against if like, yeah, Ferrothorn, any grass you're better against with Ice Beam, and any steel, pure steel, you're better with Hydro Pump. So it just depends what you want to cover your weaknesses for. Question is, can I flip switch? And the answer is no. I think you're just going to get outpaced by these grass knots. So it's probably worth just letting go. Gonna let this go and just commit to the farm down. Take a resisted Moonblast. Come out with a move, and then hopefully Bastiodon can take whatever in the back, because it's going to dominate the front, and I have a move banked here. I'm just going to instant swap immediately because I don't want to take the Incinerate there. It is a Azumarill, so now it just only depends. Does this Azumarill have Hydro Pump? Because if it only has Ice Beam, play rough. Those are both resisted, and you have a better shot of making it out of here. I may also... I'm probably going to shield, because again, there's no reason not to shield in these scenarios. It is a Hydro Pump, so that is a good shield. I will... See, that's bad fast move timing. I will grab a shield back here, and I'm basically just trying to let the switch clock run out. Because I think my win condition is potentially like grabbing a shield here or taking this out or chipping this, but then the Incinerate, as you're going to see here, does way too much damage. They come out with a move. Yeah, it was kind of tough. I didn't really have a ton of options here. I thought I could live maybe one there, but no, you cannot. I do have a Stone Edge. Take this out. But we know they have a Hydro, so if they only had Play Rough, it would have been maybe a bit better, but... Oh, plus they get a move here, so this chip damage does hurt. And it's a Flash Cannon at that. So close here, but already too low. It was pretty close to a hard counter team as you can get, quite honestly. Flygon, again, we've seen this. So we'll just play it out in the try and keep switch as much as we can. Yeah, you'll see 5-0 coming up here. How much time is left? 4 minutes. So this is probably the 5-0. And then the next match is probably the win that got me to 28.52. And that is where I am heading into today, Thursday. So Bastiodon quite strong. I made a joke in the title about, sorry, Caleb Peng, I didn't know its game. But yeah, it definitely has a lot of play in the current meta. Nice catch on the Azumarill, which is okay because I still want to chip this anyways. I'm probably still going to stand and just throw a drill in here. So chip it, plus come out with a bit of energy, and then just absorb the rest on a Azumarill. So chip, that's the red. That's try it for a catch, but I think they throw a Play Rough anyways. But still, kept it alive, took it super low, basically a Play Rough plus bubble range. I win CMP. So, all right here. But yeah, we'll see what happens next week. Hope you liked the video this morning about thoughts around potential move updates for next season. I know it's early, but it's not too early. There's only 6 weeks left in the season. And Skarmory, you love to see this. I am just chipping with Ice Beams. And then they're going to have nowhere to go, right? Because they're going to only have resisted moves for the Bastiodon. Bastiodon is like a very smart pick in this. Very smart pick in this meta. Considering I'm seeing a lot of Skarmories, Weezings, Turtonators. If you don't have Hydro Pump and a Azumarill, that matchup's not even bad. That is a top left for them. So it's the 5-0, and then we'll see the 3-2 to 28.52. So we take that ending for what is generally not a great meta. And then we'll go into Great League and try to work it out there. I don't know what's the first team I'm going to run. 50 battles per day. Ugh. It's so funny because I can do 50 battles per day with ease. Like, I'm usually done my set of 5 by 8 a.m., which is funny because I'm basically battling a lot of the same people all the time. Yeah, I'm basically battling because I do like all my battles for the most part between 6 a.m. and Is this where I throw Play Rough? I remember that. Okay, good. I remember throwing Play Rough in one. I'm like, what am I doing? Yeah, I do all my battles between like 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. So I'm usually facing like the same players over and over and over again. But I know Friday night I'll have to do different players, but then Saturday I'll be back on to my normal schedule. But yeah, if it takes me like an hour and a half to do my regular 25, it'll take me 3 hours to do 50, which is why I don't want to leave it for too late. But league turnover, you have to wait till that long anyways. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. That's Future Dan's problem. Do you get the counter down here? I'll get the drill run off here, and I'll get chip damage with Aerial Ace off, and then I'm guessing they don't have Hydro because I'm pretty sure if I remember they top left. But the damage is done on the Azumarill, plus I have a shield. Yeah, so I can shield once and then just Stone Edge and I'll win here. And they know that, so they top left. So this is going to be to 28.52, which is pretty good for 6 weeks left. You know, I could potentially just hover here for a little bit. I could push. I don't know. What is the GBL leaderboard rating? Let me just quickly check as of Wednesday here when I'm shooting this video. What is the bottom of the leaderboard? I gotta imagine it's probably close to like 3,000. That's exactly what it is, 3,002. So the leaderboard bottom is legend. So 2750 is like a nice, I think that's a pretty good ratio. It's like you're not top enough for leaderboard yet. You're on that basically second tranche of people. You got the legends that are on the leaderboard already hit 3,000. You got the second stage right now, which is probably like, I'd say expert and above, but really it's like within 150 and above to legend. So I'm probably in that second range of people right now. So yeah, we'll see. It'll be tough competition, but we'll get there. We always do. We always do, with a variety of teams. So keep it going despite the channel's really slowing down. It's just, I think it's a mixture of a couple things. It's not just my channel. Like I'm looking at my stats over here. But I remember seeing yesterday, like Yonkis, Tho, and Rise all put out videos, and their view count was just like really rough compared to normal. And even like some of the other one, like Poke Daxi was on like a crazy subscriber run, but he's slowed down. So I think it's a larger game issue. And I think Pokemon Go always struggles a bit in that like Christmas to spring range anyways, because yes, where they are and where a lot of the world is, there's not a lot of snow and cold, but when a lot of Canada and a lot of other places, there's a ton of snow and a ton of cold right now. And like, we got just 2 huge dumpings of snow. We went from actually having a green Christmas basically to there is a 15-foot mountain on my front lawn right now, because we just got like huge snowstorms that came through. And then after these snowstorms came through, we have highs of minus 15 the entire week, like minus 15, minus 20. So it is all the roads are bad, all the sidewalks are bad, getting to the parks are terrible, and it's minus 20. So like it's like there's no reason to go out and grind right now. So Pokemon Go, I think, always struggles in these. Plus there's like fatigue, right? You have the October Halloween event, and then you have like holiday event, and you have the last end of the year community days. So I think like January to February is always usually a time for people to just like relax before like tours, like the Sinnoh tour, whatever tour it is this time starts up. So I think there's always like some time to relax and catch up on stuff, and not worry about the game as much. But yeah, you see it in the views and you see it in the subscriber growth. It's just like I go with 2024, and revenue's down huge, but that's always the case because in January because you get paid much less in January compared to December. But like my views are down compared to last 15 days of December, which weren't even that good. Views are down like 10%, subscribers are down 21%. And that was just like the last couple weeks of December. So if you look at like, I wonder if I can look at January versus, no. December was actually a really good month for views though. And last January, yeah, just to put in perspective, okay, this is a lot of just like, okay, you're probably gone by now. But for those of you who are still around, I think two things happened with my views during the year for views and subscribers, but it'll give you an impression. So last January I had 194,000 views in the month of January, and February was even worth 158,000. And then it started to uptick, 254, 210, 275, getting up to like 300 in September. And then December was 509,000, which is just an insane run there. I think it's a couple things in the second half is when I started doing 2 videos a day a lot of the time. So you're seeing the views on that. Probably a couple shorts that maybe took off and got more views than normal. So that's where the increase is there. But January, February is always usually a slower time for views and growth and everything. So yeah, I got 1,000 new subscribers last month. The September, which was my second highest month, was 683. But then last January was 430 and the February was 347. So that's really bad. So if we're looking at it from a comparing 400 new subscribers last January to this January where I'm already at 370, comparable, but I'm actually down 3 subscribers today. I think that's like half YouTube, maybe some unsubscribed, but yeah, maybe we'll be looking at like, I think my average that I like to always usually hit is like 600 to 700 subscribers per month, but we'll probably be at like the 500-ish range this month. But anyways, that was a long rant about the channel and the game. Not that you care about that. Some care about that, but not most of you don't. I just made this video longer for no reason. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.